Have you guys heard this phrase, the miracle or birth? Well, I can understand why that is, because what if I told you that each and every one of you out there have already defied the odds? Yes, the chances of being born and actually being you are far less than winning the lottery every single day of your lifetime. Okay, how about this? The chances of actually being you and living your current existence are far, far less than if you were to have a cube that had 1 billion sides on it, you rolled it 1 billion times, and it landed on the exact same number each and every roll. Yep, the chances of you being born are far less than that occurring. Pretty amazing. No wonder why many will say life is a gift. It's a miracle. And I would like to figure, what defines a miracle? But I'm not going to go into that. What I'm going to go into is, why is it that sometimes we often take life for granted, or we get to a situation or a point in our lives where we just want to kick the bucket? And I'm going to be transparent with you guys that over the past 7 months, I have probably had more fleeting thoughts of wanting to kick the bucket than I have in the past 10 to 12 years combined. And what it all comes down to is existential loneliness. Now, there are 3 types of loneliness, at least that I've come across. And the first one is emotional loneliness. That's where you have a lack of connection, of meaningful relationships, meaning you want to have a partner in life, but you don't have one for whatever reason. Social loneliness. That's where you experience a sense of deficit in your social connections. You feel like, oh, you've got 3,000 Facebook friends, but your connections with them in real life are not so good. You feel like a lack of disconnect. That's social loneliness. Now, existential loneliness is where you experience, you kind of ponder these feelings of what is our point of being here? What is the meaning of our existence? Why are we here in the first place? Is there any meaning to our existence? And it can also come with existential dread. So it's kind of like these feelings of despair, and it's also like a fundamental separation from everyone else. And part of being on the spectrum, and let me know what you guys think out there, especially for those of you who are neurodivergent. I'm sure you often experience you feel like you're separated from others, that you're different, and that you will never fit in. Or some people may even think of you as weird. I've come to accept that, yes, I am more than likely on the spectrum, and yes, I am a weird person. Let me give you an example of why I say I am weird. Okay, so I don't know what this term is called, but word association. I'm going to give you an example. So, all right, so once again, I'm referring to one of my favorite fruits, the eggplant. Now, I don't know if you guys know your history, but you have these airships called zeppelins. And they're pretty much like a blimp. A blimp and a zeppelin are essentially both called airships, but a zeppelin has more of a rigid interior. And the design of a zeppelin is you've got the main body of it, which I refer to as the body of the eggplant, and then you've got the tail end of it, the wing, the little wings or so forth, and that would represent the green part of the eggplant, or where the vine attached to the actual fruit itself. And so sometimes I find myself calling eggplants the zeppelin fruit, or zeppelins. Yes, that seems pretty weird. Seems like an odd association. So that's why I say I am a weird person. And being that I am weird and on the spectrum, it does make me feel like I'm separated from others. Hence, the need I feel to want to have to conform. Conformity, faking it till you make it, masking. And unfortunately, I feel like that's made me really think that, to reach a certain level of success, I am going to have to fake it till I make it. But I don't want to go into too much into that one. I just want to kind of stay on this existential loneliness, because that's these past few months, I've really come to kind of explore what it is, about the cosmos, about consciousness. Where do we come from? Where do we go? You've got all these different theories out there. You've got simulation theory. You got we're living in a dream. So once we pass on, we wake up in an alternate universe or ultimate dimension. Reoccurrence theory, where we pretty much live the same life over and over again. You got multiple variations of that theory. You got like the multiverse theory. You got religions. You've got spirituality, variations of spirituality. The one I'm really kind of puts me at a lot of comfort is I like to look at life as being like a wave. And when we pass on, we don't just simply like, this is not our only existence. So far, what really kind of puts me at ease and what's kind of helping me to, cope with this existential loneliness is realizing that this is more than likely not our only existence. Now, when we pass on, and we are reborn, we're not going to remember that, oh, I was so-and-so in my last life, I was a millionaire, or I was stuck working here, or this or that. It's going to be a whole new opportunity, brand new experiences, a completely new subjective self. It's like we are currently a wave, part of the bigger ocean. When we pass on, the wave, as you come to the shore, the wave starts, it gets big. That's like the high of your life. And as it comes to the shore, it starts fizzling out, gets smaller and smaller until the wave dies. But really, it's just going back out to the ocean. We go back out to the source. So that's often why I feel like I say that although I was raised Catholic, I'd like to say I'm kind of Catholic agnostic or Catholic spiritual, because I do believe, in spirituality. And sometimes I feel like maybe I don't believe in it enough. Maybe it's possible that part of existential loneliness is not being spiritual enough, which I do get in some of my comments, like, find a church, find so-and-so. And I'm trying to be as, I don't know, I don't want to have to read. This is like the 5th time I think I've had to redo this video, but yeah. So existential loneliness is kind of like where you're kind of questioning your purpose. You're questioning what is your existence, and then you're feeling pretty much a fundamental separation from society in general. And I think that can potentially be very dangerous. So that's one thing that I'm probably actually going to bring up with my therapist today is existential loneliness. So let me know what you guys think, about these different types of loneliness, what you guys think about like what I mentioned in this video. But I wanted to try to keep it under 10 minutes, which I'm glad I did, because that's another thing I'm trying to work on, is not rambling so much and trying to stay on topic as much as possible, and also really trying to keep my voice, much lower. So yes, it's all part of conforming, masking it, because if we want to get to a point where we can be successful, experience more happiness, sometimes you just gotta fake it till you make it. As like that one song from Seether goes, fake it. I'm not gonna even try to sing it, but it's one of my favorite songs, Fake It. Look it up. It's by the band Seether. I actually like that band quite a bit. Really, I can relate to a lot of their songs, but okay. Hope you guys are doing well. Till next time, Godspeed.